morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. It is the start of a brand new week and I'm actually really excited for this week. It is currently Monday, like I said, but it's my birthday week. Hooray! So I'm only working 2 days this week, so that is Tuesday and Wednesday. I've got Friday off as well, so my birthday is actually Thursday, which for reference is the 11th of June. And yeah, so I'm off Friday, so that gives me about like 5 days off in total, between kind of like working and going back to work. So I thought it'd be quite cool just to spend like the week with you. We've got like a few things planned. So today obviously is Monday, it's just like my usual like just doing day. I've come back from shopping, I've put most of that away. There's a few little bags left that I've got to do, and then Thursday is my birthday, so I'll have my usual like day at home with Daisy, but we are going to go just have like a little coffee date, me and her, because my husband has to work and Ed's at school, so me and Daisy are just going to go out for a nice little coffee and a pastry. Obviously she won't be having coffee, she'll have like a hot chocolate or whatever she fancies, and then Friday I really want to go thrift shopping, so I think I might take you along with me on Friday. So I want to go to, there's a big cancer research shop in Strood that I love going to, and I always get some really good bits, and I just thought I have, you know, you just get that urge to just go and have like a bit of a mooch around to see what you can find, and like their pricing and stuff is really good. Usually it's kind of like everything is less than £5, and most stuff is about £3. They do have some like premium stuff which is a little bit more expensive, so I want to go there. Originally I was thinking of going up to, there's this other charity shop that I've discovered fairly recently called The Hanger, which is up in by Rochester Airport. That's quite a good one. It's quite good for like homeware, so depending on how I feel I might go there Friday and then go to the Strood one. I'm not entirely sure, but today once I've finished putting the food shopping away and had a quick tidy up, I'm going to work on a few projects with you. I've got a couple that are kind of like, I suppose, time sensitive because they're actually baby gifts, and I just want to like hopefully get them close to being finished this week. Yeah, and sorry, I sound really like nasally and bunged up. Basically, I've been really poorly. I was going to film last week, but I couldn't. I lost my voice. I had, I think I've had COVID, if I'm completely honest. I've just had a really sore chest and I've got this really horrible cough, and I've just been really struggling. And because normally if I get a bad cough or a bad throat, I end up with laryngitis, which made work quite interesting because I couldn't really talk. And then when I was healing, like because I have to talk a lot in my job, it was making my throat really bad. So yeah, I've just been really suffering. And then normally towards the end of like May, June, it's like grass pollen season, and the grass pollen really affects my chest. I get a really sharp, painful chest for pretty much like the whole of June. And so that obviously has come at the same time as like what I think may have been COVID. Like Ed was really poorly. I've been ill. My husband's just come down with it as well. And then actually like my stepmom and my dad have both been poorly as well. So yeah, just apologies for a really croaky voice this week. But it is what it is. Hopefully it will kind of get a little bit better towards the end of the week. We're meant to be going to Broadstairs as well on Saturday because Mike's second cousins, who are turning 8 on Friday, so the day after my birthday, we were supposed to be going to Broadstairs for like a big family picnic, but I think the weather is meant to be really horrible. It's currently, I'm standing in my kitchen looking out the window and it is kind of like spitting. So we had a really lovely like mini heat wave during like the May half term. So I went down to visit my mum in Somerset. We had a really beautiful weekend, and now it's just bleak and rainy, and I'm wearing a jumper, jeans. It is back to good old British weather. What is it about us Brits? I don't know. Like, when it's raining, we complain constantly. When we get a little bit of sunshine and it's hot, we all complain. Like, I mean, I personally don't complain about the hot weather. Like, I love it when it's warm. I mean, granted, it has been extra hot recently. And, obviously it's hard for some people, and, it isn't nice when you're just sitting and you're just sweating. But people pay good money to go to, like, Spain and other countries for weather that is that hot. But yeah, when we get it, we do nothing but complain. So I'm kind of going off on a bit of a tangent. So I'm going to quickly finish, like, just putting stuff away. And then the house isn't in too much of a mess, so I can just quickly just do a few bits, like hoover up. And then my plan is to just kind of sit down for the majority of the afternoon and just work on these projects. And then, so let's get cracking, finish what I'm doing, and then we can sit down, and I've got like some YouTube videos that I want to sit and watch. And normally that leads me up to the school run. Definitely won't be going to the park today. Like I said, it is just raining. But yeah, before I get more distracted, let's crack on and finish what we need to do. Done all my jobs now. Sorry, you can probably hear like the washing machine or the fish tank like just clattering in the background. And I just made myself a little bit of lunch. I've got a little bit of fried like toast and some of this spicy smashed avocado. This is so nice. It's just from Aldi. And then I've got two very soft boiled eggs. I had such an egg fail. Oh my goodness. I genuinely thought they would be completely done. They were on the boil for like 10 minutes and they have come out anything but they'll probably still taste good. So I'm basically just going to sit and have some lunch, and then I will kind of like catch up with you. I bought some yarn as well, so I'm going to show you that, and then we'll get on with some of our projects. So lunch was actually so good, guys. It didn't matter that like my eggs were completely ruined, and that like smashed avocado is just so good. So now I can just settle down. It is just gone 12:30 and I can just sit and just work on some projects. But I wanted to show you, so if you saw one of my previous videos, I have like decluttered and just put a lot of my yarn into storage, and I just have like one little kind of like set of drawers of yarn. And I'm not supposed to be buying any more yarn, but one of the projects that I am working on, I thought, oh, I might need one more ball of this particular yarn. Originally I was using it just to make a baby cardigan, but I just hated the way it was looking. It's like I'll show you what yarn it is. It's this one here. It's from Poundland, and basically it's got loads of different colours, and when the colour of the yarn transitions from like the blue to the orange, there's this like colour, I'm not sure if you can see it very well. It looks almost like a greeny grey colour, and like on a cardigan it was just looking really horrible. So I just ripped it all back, and I might as well show you that project. I think, yeah, it's in this bag here. So this is one of the projects I'm going to be just working on this week with you. See if we can kind of get close to completion. So it's just going to be a baby cardigan. It's just going to be a baby blanket. So one of the mums up for school is pregnant, and rather than making her like a cardigan, I thought I'd just make a little blanket. So she's having a little boy, and there is, you know, little bits of pink in here, but there's quite a lot of blue and orange, so I think it kind of like offsets quite nicely, so it doesn't look too like girly or whatever. And then it is this kind of colour here. I don't know if you can see it very well. So yeah, on a cardigan it was just looking really, yeah, just not right. But on this it kind of blends in quite nicely. So I initially had like just 2 balls of this, and I thought, well, for it to be like a blanket of a decent size, I should really grab another one. So yeah, so I've got two full balls of that, and I've got like this tiny little bit left to do. This is one that I'm just kind of like chucking in my work bag to work on lunch breaks. It's something that I don't have to think about at all, and I'm doing it all in like a 4mm crochet hook, and it's just basically just a big granny square. So and I'm hoping to kind of get that done before July, when the kids break up, so I can give that to her before I don't see her again. So that's one of the projects. And then the other bits of yarn that I bought, basically, Daisy loves teal, and if you know me by now, I love making my kids things, particularly Daisy, because Edward doesn't really wear the clothes that I make him. He's very fussy. Daisy's a little bit more like, yeah, I'll wear whatever, mum. And she really loves the colour teal, and I saw this. There was a really lovely mint colour as well, but this teal, I was like, that screams Daisy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make her a cardigan or a jumper yet. I ended up buying 5 balls of this teal aqua kind of colour. So I might make her a jumper or a cardigan. I'm not too sure. And then this really pretty purple colour. So this is DK weight. This is Aran weight. And like this colour is just so pretty. And I thought if I do like maybe a jumper in this colour with some bright purple flowers, oh my gosh, it would just look so cool. So I picked those up as just something else to kind of like add to my little list of projects that are like in my brain works. So I'm just gonna pop those to the side. So yeah, each of those balls is like £1 each from Poundland. It washes up okay-ish. It does get bobbly, but if you care for it and like remove the bubbles and just wash it gently, then it works out all right. And they are all completely acrylic, so you can machine wash them. It doesn't say you can tumble dry them, but I have tumble dried it, and again it works out okay. One of the other projects that I'm working on, like I said, I am working on baby projects at the moment. So the other one is for one of the optoms at work. She is having a little boy, and she's going on mat leave in July, so again I need to get this done by July, and I think it'll be okay because I'm already like on the front section here. So this is a pattern that I come back to time and again. It is by GINA MICHELE, and I'll leave a link in the description box below for this. It's really simple, garter stitch, works up quite quickly. I'm doing this in the 6-month-old, so she has a 3 and a 6-month-old like size range, and I thought it'd probably be a good idea to do it like 6 months, so that way when baby, so by the time like it's kind of winter here, it should fit baby quite nicely. And again, I find garter stitch to be quite stretchy, so yeah, so I'm just going to do this in a plain white. She is having, I think, a boy, and I was going to do it in like a navy colour, the one that I had left over from my little kind of like green and navy striped like a sweater vest. However, I was knitting it up on like maybe a size 5mm needles. The pattern calls for 4, and that yarn is Aran weight, so it is chunkier, but my god, it was coming out massive, like oh my goodness, like as in it would fit Daisy, it was so big. So I kind of just ripped that back and decided I'll do it in white, and then I made my nephew like a little petrol blue one with like a little teddy bear applique on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a teddy bear applique on this cardigan. So that is one of the ones that I'm kind of like I want to work on mainly today, because obviously I work with her, so she might see it while I'm working on it on my lunch break. So that's that. And then the other one that I am kind of like working on, this is kind of like my evening project, is all in this little basket. So in my previous video to this one, I mentioned that I was going to be making a granny square like vest. So it probably would have been better if I was making this out of cotton, because it's a bit more of like a summer fabric. But I don't have any cotton yarn, and like I am trying not to buy yarn, even though I have just spent what, like £7 on yarn. But yeah, so this is acrylic yarn, and it is just going to be like a little vest. I will maybe later in the week like actually lay these out and show you like the what it will look like, and I'll pop maybe the inspo pic in as well. But I'm really excited for this one. It's just gonna look so cute. I'm not sure. I'm hoping, I'm kind of going for like a slightly cropped top, not crop like crop, but like a bit more, maybe just kind of like raising the belly button kind of thing. So I'm just working on that of an evening, but I will work on that I think one of the days throughout this week. So yeah, that's kind of like projects that I've got rolling around at the moment. A few more than when I did my little cozy catch up podcast video. I only had a few, and I was like working on just one specific one a lot of the time, which I have actually started doing, so I've got a really itchy elbow. Yeah, I kind of like started doing the sleeve and then kind of stopped because it's getting quite big and bulky, and then I just decided that I wanted to start something else. So I'll pick that back up a little bit later. I think once maybe I've got the baby cardigan out of the way and the blanket and stuff out of the way, I can kind of really focus on doing that. So yeah, I've now got like a fresh cup of tea. I've got my little donut that I picked up. I always get like a little bakery treat for myself when I go food shopping. I also get the kids a cookie each. So yeah, I'm just gonna settle down, watch some YouTube, and then just get some knitting done. I'm hoping to maybe get a good bulk of this like this front panel finished. I'm now like on the decrease section for the arm, and then hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get at least the front panel of this done. So yeah, let's settle down, get cozy. It is raining hard right now, and just crack. It's been probably about like an hour and like 20 minutes since I kind of like sat down and kind of started working on like this new little baby cardigan, and I have had to go and like pause for like 5 minutes and go clean like the fish filter in my son's bedroom, which is not really a job that I would personally enjoy or want to do, but my husband did ask me to do it this morning, so rather than him moaning at me that I didn't do it, I wouldn't do that. So yes, so here we go. I've popped in, pop the tea down, this little stitch marker. The pattern tells you to add a stitch marker in to kind of then measure between here and then like, so it matches here, but all I tend to do really is just like fold it over and like measure it kind of like that way. But I thought I'd add like a little stitch marker because it would give me an idea of like how much like progress I've done since finishing the sleeve shaping, can't get my words out. Yeah, and I think actually I'm not too far away from like finishing this side. So I've got about 45 minutes before I have to go and leave for the school run. I hope it doesn't rain on me because I have to kind of like stand outside and wait for like 15 minutes because Daisy comes out at 3 and then it doesn't come out until 3:15. It's been raining like on off all afternoon, so I'm hoping that we'll kind of like avoid the rain in that sort of like 45-minute window. But yeah, I reckon I'll be able to get at least this side done before I have to leave and go on the school run, and then that means I can kind of hopefully get this cardigan finished within the next few days if I really focus on it. I'm not very good at focusing, like I said, I've got like a few other projects that I'm working on, but yeah, it's not too far from being like completed. Yeah, so I've watched one of Brunel's like most recent videos. She did a thrift flip and basically made a big granny square duster, and going back quite a few like months ago I saw an amazing granny square duster. I'm going to pop a little picture of it like here, and I've been wanting to like recreate this, so that is definitely something I want to do. I think in the autumn, make a big grey square duster. So the one that she did is all like it's coloured with like a black outlining, where the one that I've seen is like basically brown and black. I'm not too sure whether I'm going to like recreate the brown and black one because it's just stunning and so like neutral, or whether I go a little bit bold and go for something with colour. I don't know. But that's a thing for another time. And I don't seem to be coughing too much today. I had a massive coughing fit first thing this morning. I'm still coughing throughout the day, but not been too bad. I've just got a cup of green tea and some Manuka honey, just hoping that some of those antioxidants will do something and just make me start feeling a little bit better. Okay, so rather than sitting and waffling, I'm just going to carry on with this, and I'll probably catch up with you. I don't know if I'll get a chance to catch up with you later today, or whether it will be on Thursday now, which will be my birthday. I don't know. But anyway, crack on. I have less than 45 minutes of my alone time left, and then it's mum duties for the rest of the evening. Good morning, guys. So it's a few days later. It's actually Friday now. So yesterday was my birthday, and it was a fairly like non-event kind of day, just a regular Thursday really. Daisy and I went for our little coffee day. I ended up getting I think like a Spanish latte, and she got a fruit shoot and like the world's most overpriced mini cupcake. It was like £1.55 and the cupcake was literally like this big, but it's better than her having like some massive thing. So today I'm gonna head off to a charity shop. I was thinking of going up to the one by Rochester Airport, but I think it's just a bit more of a drive. So I'm gonna go to my favourite one in Strood. So I had a little bit of a mooch around there, and then I need to get some like picnic food because we're going for a picnic tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will hold out. And it's been really awful the last like few days. Like yesterday it rained literally all day, and yeah, so hopefully it won't rain tomorrow and we'll be able to have our like family picnic down by the seaside. So yeah, I need to grab some food for that, and then my plan is to kind of like come and just relax, spend like most of the day relaxing. I really need kind of a chill day. I've been feeling quite stressed recently, and I just need a bit of a mellow afternoon, I think. So we're going to get going. It is about 9:20 now. So the kids are at school. So we're going to go thrift shopping, see if we can find any cute little bits, and then come home and spend the afternoon like just crocheting and chilling. And I'll show you how far I've got so far with that baby cardigan. And then talk to you about like the crochet vest that I am making as well, give you an idea of like what that is going to look like when it is all completed. So let's go to the charity shop. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't do a very good job of actually vlogging while I was out. I think it's still quite a weird concept for me, kind of like trying to film in shops and things. Like, to be honest, no one really cares what you're doing. They're all just like focused on themselves, aren't they? But I didn't really film much while I was out and about. But I did go to the cancer research shop that I wanted to go to, and I did go to another 2 charity shops as well. And I did end up getting a bag full of bits and bobs. I think I spent about £30 in total. So I'm going to show you all the little bits and bobs that I picked up and how much each bit was. So first thing, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show all of this in one little screen, but is this big cardigan. It's really big, very oversized. I do love a big oversized kind of like jumper or cardigan, and originally this is from OVS. I've never heard of the brand before. I don't think it's English. It's actually in a size medium, and I paid £6 for this from the Eleanor Hospice store. But yeah, I really loved this. I tried it on briefly in the shop, and it is huge, but it's also one of those things that you can kind of like chuck on, and it's going to keep you like nice and like cozy and warm, and it's great probably to like chuck on in the summer as well. In like the evenings and things like that. I might try and insert a few like little try-on clips of things. But yeah, so this is my first thing to show you. So that was from the Eleanor Hospice shop, and then I'll show you the other thing that I got from the other charity shop. So this one is from Shelter, and it's this cotton blouse. It is missing a little button at the back, but I'm sure I can find a little button to kind of mend that. So that was £2, and yeah, it's completely cotton. and I just thought it was really sweet. It looked really nice kind of with a pair of shorts or just a pair of jeans or under like some dungarees. It's just a really lovely little top, and that's originally from H&M, and that is in the size small, so that should hopefully fit quite nicely. So those are the two bits that I got from like not my usual kind of like haunt, I suppose. And then I ended up spending like £22 in total in the Cancer Research shop, but I did buy a lottery ticket, which is £1. I never win, but it's always worth buying a lottery ticket because, you know, it all goes to cancer research. So what did we get? So first thing is this like navy like shirt. It's I think 100% viscose. It cost me £3, and originally it's from Bon Marché, like a shop that I would probably never go into. I really love like the drape of the fabric on the body, and like all over are these like little delicate kind of like embroidered flowers. So it's really nice. I thought that just looked nice either open over like just a white tank top, or like done up, and kind of like nice and flowy. So I thought that was really, really cute. And it seems like it's in a pretty good nick as well. I do try as much as I can to like check everything as I'm buying it to make sure that like there's no stains that I don't think are going to come out, that there's no big holes or things that I can't repair. So obviously like with that white blouse there's a little button missing, but I'm sure I've got a button that will replace that. If not, I can just sew it up so it doesn't like gape open at the back. Next up, this one was a bit of a surprise purchase for me, but I kind of kept looking at it and I was like, I actually really love it, and like the whole vibe that it kind of gives off. So originally this is from Cotton Traders, and it's in a size medium. I paid £4 for it, and it's essentially just a really big oversized kind of jumper, I guess, like a lightweight jumper. I thought throw it on with a pair of jeans, it just gives very cool 90s mum vibes. Yeah, so I really, really liked that, and it's just that I think the pink's really nice on it. It's quite like worn and faded, but like in good nick as well. So I was really kind of like happy with that overall. And then what else did I get? Picked up this. This is just kind of like a long sleeve lightweight top, originally from John Lewis. That was £4, but again I just thought that was kind of like a nice chill, like oversized mum kind of look, something nice and easy just to chuck on with a pair of jeans. I live in jeans, if you hadn't already guessed. So this is gonna just fall nicely into my wardrobe. And then the next two pieces are actually dresses. So first one, this is the first thing I actually picked up. It's originally from Primark. So obviously there's a lot of stuff, you do come across a lot of stuff from Primark, Shein, places like that. So this cost me £5, and it's in a size 8, and I loved it. It's a full length like maxi dress, and I just love the colour and like the pattern. It's 100% viscose, but it's, again, I quite like viscose, I suppose, as a fabric. I know it's not like natural or anything like that, but it does tend to like drape quite nicely. But yeah, I absolutely love that. I thought it'd be so pretty just to chuck on and just swan around in. Very nice, love that. And then last thing that I picked up is bit of a vintage find actually. So this is by St. Michael, which I want to say is like an old Marks and Spencer's brand, and again it gives super amounts of like 90s vibe. It's like the pattern and like the colors, and again I really loved it. It's this, like how amazing is this? Chuck it on with a pair of like sandals or Converse and you know, you're good to go basically. I thought it was really cool, so I can't wait to kind of like try all of these on and then give them a wash. I'm so gutted, like talking about Converse, like I'm such a Converse girly, and in the Eleanor Hospice they actually had 2 pairs of pretty much brand new white Converse, and were they in my size? No. The one was like a size 8, the other one was like a size 6. I was so gutted. And I'm not like, I'm a size 5 and I definitely can't kind of like wangle my way into a size 6. There would be like big boats on me flopping around. So yeah, I was a little bit gutted, but such is life, such is life. So yeah, I'm really happy with like all of my little purchases. I'm gonna get those all like washed up, so I've kind of got like some options to kind of play with over the weekend. So now it's about like, it's just gone 12:30. So I'm gonna settle in to do some crochet, and I'm gonna show you kind of like the progress that I've made with baby cardigan, and then what I'm gonna be working on for like the rest of the day, because I would love to kind of get quite close to finishing this project. I know I'm not gonna do that today, or probably even in this vlog, to be completely honest, because I've got quite a few like granny squares that I need to make, but I'm gonna show you regardless of kind of like where I am in that. So I'll be really quick with like the baby cardigan one, because I know it's not really that interesting, to be completely honest, unless you're a mum to be and want to look at baby cardigans. But I finished all of the knitting. I just need to like seam up the sides and then create the 2 tie details along the front, and then that little bear plique that I was talking about. So I'll get that finished at some point, and then kind of like maybe share a picture on my Instagram, or maybe just if I still have hold of it, share it in another vlog, kind of like coming up. So the project that I'm going to be working on for the rest of the day is my little kind of like black and white crochet vest. So these are like the squares, these are what they're looking like. I'm going to like lay them all out on the floor to kind of give you an idea of, you know, what I'm going for, and like talk you through it. So I ideally should be using like a cotton yarn, because I think that'd be a much better kind of fabric for like the summer, but I'm working with what I've got. Although I am worried that I am going to run out of black yarn, because I put the rest of my black yarn in storage. I've got, I think, some Aran weight black yarn, but this is DK. I did have a quick look today to see if anywhere had any DK weight black yarn, and nowhere seemed to have it. There was some Aran and there was chunky, and I was like, that's not really going to work for me, so I didn't pick anything else up, but I'll keep my eye open, maybe I'll find something. So let's lay this out on the floor and I will show you kind of like where I am with this project. So this is basically kind of like what the top will kind of look like. I'm thinking of doing some like scalloped edges around like the arm here. So my inspiration, she used black yarn here, but I'm umming and ahhing. I don't know whether to add like maybe a white frill border, and then potentially, depending on how cropped this ends up on me, I might add a bit of like a scallop to the bottom, because like I said, I don't particularly want something that's really cropped, but I want it kind of cropped enough, if that makes sense. So I think that I'll probably need like another row of squares here just for like the side, but we'll see. So I currently have this kind of like mapped out as like the front or back of the project, and then I have like these ones that I've kind of got to the side. So these are like my extra ones. So I basically have to double up this and then potentially do like another 6. So like one for each side, just to kind of make it a bit wider across the back. So like I said, I very much doubt I'm going to get this finished in this vlog. For some reason, it's just taking me so long to do these tiny little squares, and I'm currently using a 3.5mm hook to make the squares quite small. I don't want them massive. So yeah, that is kind of like where we are with this little top, and we're just going to settle down now. I'm going to pop something on TV, and we're going to just crochet up these squares and see how far we get in the next couple of hours before I then have to go do the school run. Until trying the dress on that this one's actually got like a little hole in it. So what I'll have to do is do a little bit of mending. I'm sure like a little bit of navy cotton and some mending will make that kind of go away and look a little bit better. But hazards of buying second hand, I suppose, but that doesn't affect it. It's still really lovely. I think really happy with this, so no big thing. so much for watching, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a little thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you really love this sort of content. If you like knitting, crochet, just hanging out with me, yeah, hit that subscribe button and let's hang out some more. I will catch you in my next video. Take care now. Bye.